Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is a Sunday night. It's a snowy one in New Jersey. It's also a NFL playoff weekend as well. So I hope everybody's enjoying their crazy weekend wherever you are. And let's go through the market real quick. I'm pretty exhausted, but we'll go through, see what's going on and what's happening for tomorrow. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody tonight? And here you go. That was the heat map on Friday. Microsoft ripping there. Did you look at this? We were talking about this getting to be at the bottom right there. And if I type it incorrectly, we'll get to it. But there you go. Microsoft popping up pretty nice. Look at that bad boy popping out of the basement right there. So that looks pretty good. And let's see what else is going on. We'll just do a short list here tonight. Let me know what you guys want to see pop it up in the stream, and I'll go through them. ONDS right here was pulling back a little bit, hitting that 20. We'll see if that's an opportunity right there as it pulls back. And then your Galaxy was running them. Bitcoin did look a lot better on Friday. And right now, according to the stock cube, I see it. Bitcoin's at 86.7 right now. So it took a nice pullback. That's for sure. Ethereum's back at 28.36. Cardano's 34 cents. Ripple back at 185. Solana's down at 119 right now. So I did see crypto did take a pullback. Let's look at it anyway real quick. We'll see what crypto's up to, and that's what it looks like. It's pretty red, and that is where Bitcoin is. It did look like it was falling down there. Remember, we said it didn't look that great, and it does look wow, it doesn't look good at all. It was in this bullish channel, and that's all it gave us, and now it looks like it's coming back down for a little bit with that 20 curling down. It looked way better, trust me. So yeah, it doesn't look pretty right there for Bitcoin. Not sure exactly what the news is or what's going on, why it's going down. I didn't even look. Ripple right here pulling back as well. And there's your Solana back at 119. I think that says, yeah, 119. I see it on the stock cube. But look at that dip right there. That's not a good one unless it can just bounce off that bottom and this gets ripping. Gold did hit 5,000, guys. How about that for your all-time highs? Overnight futures, the Dow minus 0.22%, S&P minus 39%, 0.939, and NASDAQ minus 0.65, it looks like. And we can look right here and see what's going on, because these should be, look at that. I love it, guys. How great is FinViz, guys? I mean, how awesome. January, there you go. There's tomorrow, the futures dates, and they have it live with the accurate pricing on there. These guys are awesome. I'm glad they were on the show the other day. That was really cool as well. I know we're doing a quick show. I'll tag them on some shows, but I just figured let's do a fast show tonight for Sunday night. And of course, we have our NFL games on. Your Seahawks, Rams. It's 13-10 right now. The Rams are in the lead. There's 30 seconds left in the second quarter, so first half almost coming to an end. And, of course, your Patriots beat your Broncos. You guys see that game? That was a snowy game in Denver there. So, yeah, your Patriots, AFC champions, and they're going to the Super Bowl there. Mike, what is it, Vrabel? I don't even know how do you say his name? Vrabel? I don't even know how you say his name. I forget. Vabel? I don't know. Vrabel. I know it's spelled like that. He used to be their linebacker back in the day, and he was really good. And now he's the head coach, and he's really good. He's got that team really locked in on point. Their quarterback, what's his name, Drake May or whatever it is, Luis Rodriguez. He had a hell of a year this year. And so, yeah, the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, and we'll see who they play, the Seahawks or the Rams. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. How about USAR market cap? $3.2 billion in administration to inject $1.6 billion. This is a rocket. We were definitely early on that one right there, USAR. And you guys know this thing's going to be rocking and rolling. We had options on it last week. It was looking really good. I was playing this thing, and it is going to go. Look at the USAR. USA Rare Earth says the U.S. government will officially acquire a $1.6 billion equity stake in the company. So there you go. You know that's going to be ripping tomorrow. That's for sure. And let's see what else is going on. You can see the overnight prices if you turn on your flashlight there. Are they hard to see? I guess I can imagine they are kind of small there. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on and see what's going on. But yeah, there you go. And there you go, minus 0.23%. But anyway, let's cruise right through our list right here. ASTS, Space Mobile. This was pulling back a little bit, and it looks like the space ones could have a little bit of pullback, but we'll have to see how they open tomorrow because UMAC was pulling back. That's a computer hardware one. Redwire right here, not that one. This one right here was running up. And it does, I don't know. It's hard to tell what it exactly wants to do tomorrow. We'd have to look at it. How about Rocket Lab was up a little bit in the same situation? Looks like it wants to pull back, could crawl up. It depends how they open up tomorrow. They want to run. Here's Nuclear right here. We were talking about these, and that was NKLR, SMR right here. That 20 and 50, that looks like healthy pullback right there. I have a feeling Nuclear could run this week and get moving. Oklo right here had a little healthy pullback onto the 20, and it could roll off that MACD, as you can see right down here, and it could bounce right up. So we'll be keeping an eye on some Nuclear stocks tomorrow and them guys right there. How about that EOSE right here, that electrical part company? That one was running up. It's pulling back. It had run up there Friday, a little pullback. We'll see if that's a little healthy pullback and it wants to rip up there more. I could see it pulling back to this 20 right here to get set back up to the MACD too. So we'll watch that EOSE in the morning, see how that wants to go. And how about our iron right here? I can't find them. What the heck am I typing in? I can't find my fingers. There we go. Iron. This was ripping. I remember on Friday, and that's looking pretty good, guys. I must say we might want to keep an eye on that tomorrow. That could be a good one. IREN, and obviously USAR is going to be a top pick there. And we'll look at gold and all them because they're ripping too, so they're going to be pretty good. How about critical metals? I bet this is going to try to run tomorrow as well. It was up the other day, and that looks really good. So they're the ones that we're going to play, and we were playing them already. We were super early to this party. And MP right here, that was up, and that's not looking too bad. That could continue. Hey, UAVS right here, that Eagle, whatever, AG Eagle aerial systems, just kind of hanging out there. We'll have to take a look at it. And how about RGTI? I thought that looked a lot better going into Friday, but obviously not. And that's pulling back. So let's look at them guys real quick, the computer hardware ones and the quantum ones. And it's 13-17, still 8 seconds left in the second quarter, and it's the final timeout there in the half, so we'll see what's going on. I don't know if they're going to try to throw. I don't even know where they're at on the field, but it looks like the Rams have the ball. Maybe they're trying to kick a field goal. I'm not exactly sure. I'll try to keep you posted. I'll look over in a couple seconds to see what's going on right there to end the second half. But let's go through these guys and see what's going on with your QUBT right here. And that one, that was down as well. So maybe I was completely off, and these guys do want to dip here. QBTS was dipping as well. D-Wave and QMCO. Oh, QMCO. We always used to look at it every day. We still do. And that was pulling back. That looks like it's setting up right there. And the QTUM, oh, if I could type, I'm telling you, my brain's like exhausted. So if I can't talk, I can't type. You guys know why. But yeah, 17-13, final timeout. They're still trying to figure that out right there. I'll keep you guys posted on that game. And QSI right here was down a little bit. How about that IONQ? That was dipping down. So we have to see how these also open up. Our cat was also pulling back there after a nice run up. And our good old Z Space was the only one that had a little bit of green there. How impressive is that? But it wasn't even looking. Actually, it looks good with your 20 and 50. I still think Z Space is a good one right there. And the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. How impressive is that, Luis Rodriguez? And without Tom Brady, without Belichick, what is his name? Vrabel? How do you say it? I should have looked up how to say it. I used to be able to say it before I got hit in the head. I used to know exactly who he was. Mike Vrabel. I don't know how to say his name. Anyway, yeah, he's taking the team up. You just running out of time, dude. So, oh, he fumbled the ball. That would be crazy if they go down and score a touchdown right here. I don't know. I think they called the play dead, but that was crazy. The Rams quarterback tried to scramble around and he ran out of time, and then he slid and lost the ball, but I think they called it anyway. And yeah, the games in the snow are great. So I guess the first half is over there. So I'll keep you guys posted what's going on, and when the game starts, we'll probably be off possibly for the second half. You guys can enjoy that as well. But that's your computer hardware and quantum plays there, and they're not looking that great. BNAI right here. Look at this bad boy, Brand Engagement Network. Janice. This thing does look good. I could see that being a good momentum play there tomorrow. So I would be keeping an eye on that in the morning as well. This thing does look pretty good right there, I must say. So we'll watch that. It was running, and like I mentioned, USAR, you better keep an eye on this one. UAMY, we were playing this. That looks pretty good too. And I had them options last week I was playing, and you right here has been running up, and that one's been good right there, Luis Rodriguez. And you had mentioned that one. How about your Boyle and Gush right here? Your Boyle natural gas. This is probably going to run some more. So keep an eye on your UNG as well. And after this big cold streak and big snow and all kinds of power out and all that good stuff, here's Gush right here. It was up. It's just kind of running. What's that Generac thing? I know that that they were talking about it in the Discord, Rhett and Ben was mentioning this bad boy right here, Generac. It is up in the after hours right there. They have the power supply, like the backup power. So see if that one pops up there in the morning. BNAI is at 72 in the after hours right there. Let's see, what did it even say over here? 50. Whoa, that one ran. Whoa, holy cow! You serious? That's all the way up there. BNAI. Let's see. No, it didn't want to work here, so I'm not sure what just happened. Anyway, what happened here? I just had Trend Spider working. I was just looking at it. I guess it doesn't want to work. Let me sign back in and see. I was looking at Oscar, as a matter of fact. As you can see, and we'll see if this pops up there. I'm not sure, but I take your word for it. Generac makes the generators. They are the backup generators. And I don't know what's going on with Trend Spider, but it doesn't seem to want to work at the moment. But anyway, and Boyle's up right there as well in the after hours. And you're saying that's at 31. So, yeah, that's the natural gas. And I would assume they're going to look good. So you can keep an eye on them as well tomorrow. They should be pretty decent ones. And let's look right here. Here's your Nug. That was running up. That still looks good. Gold was getting crazy. And like I said, regular gold over here did get over 5,000, right? Where is it at? It's over here. There you go. 5,053 right there. Look at that thing. So gold ripping along, that's for sure. And silver's been running up as well. So you can keep an eye on gold and silver for tomorrow. They're going to be good plays, I would assume, too, by the way it looks. So definitely keeping. There's our BA. Oh, there you go. That one says 58. I believe you, though. And so, yeah, it's probably ran up there. And that's gold and silver. They're looking really good right there. What's that? REMX. You might want to keep an eye on this. I bet this ETF continues to run up there and looks good. So you can keep an eye on REMX right there. BNAI signed a deal in Africa. AI sector news catalyst licensing partnership in Africa. Low float. 2.4 million shares, recent reverse split, potential short squeeze, parabolic continuation into pre-market there, guys. So keep an eye on that one, obviously. And that is your BNAI right there. And that is ripping. It was ripping there, and it's still ripping. Look at it. It went nutty. So you can watch that guy. That would be a good one right there. And let's see what else is going on. Let's just see what's up with our SPY right now. It was down a little bit. What was up? It went down the after hours right there. Let's see what's up. And we did already look at our futures and stuff. So there's your SPY. It's a little bit down, and they're all a little bit down, but we'll see how they look in the morning and what they want to open up with. And you're holding REMX right there. Recommended it for the Discord last week. So there you go. That's a good one. And that was the Luis Rodriguez special right there, I must say. And let's see. Laptop travel. What is it? Notice my handle changed to laptop travel. Where? On the Discord? Wasn't it always laptop travel? I thought it was before as well, but I'm not even sure. Anyway, I swore it was. But let's go through a couple of these guys and see what's going on. Your Qs right here were up during the day. They were down in the after hours. We'll see how they want to open up as well. And then your IWM, let's just see what it looks like real quick right here. That actually doesn't look good at all, guys. So keep an eye on the IWM. Maybe that does pull back. Some money rotates back into these big caps right here. Apple's been beaten down. It'll probably get popping, I'd say. I was probably a little too early when I was talking about it, but it does look really good right there. Oh yeah, on YouTube before it was Top Stocks Trader. You're right. Oh, cool. It's Laptop Travel. That's sweet. There you go. Keeping it all the same there. And you're absolutely right. It was Top Stocks Trader. I didn't even realize that Laptop Travel. I'm just so used to Laptop Travel. It didn't even jump out at me. You're right. It used to be Top Stocks Trader. So sweet. Your laptop travel now on YouTube. Sweet. And let's see, Apple right there. Like I said, I think Apple's going to get set up right here. Money might rotate right into these big caps. Amazon looking pretty good right there to continue its way up. And Google wasn't looking too bad. I know it is pulling back there, but I guess it is looking bad. It wasn't looking so bad, but that is pulling back. Maybe Google is pulling back at the moment. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Amazon looking good. Apple looks like it's going to set up. Meta was running up the last few days and still looks pretty good to keep a little momentum. And Microsoft looking good. We were talking about it, and that could keep its momentum. It's trying to hit the MACD. We'll see what it wants to do right there. And the video was running up as well. You know which one was running up? The Move right here, Movado. This one was running Movano, whatever the heck it's called. Movado is a watch. Movano is this one, and they did have a partnership with NVIDIA's H2G200 GPU lease deal and something like that. It did fly. Look at it in the morning, see if it still wants to run right there. And that is MOVE. And let's see what Tesla was doing right here if I typed that in correctly. And that was down just a little bit, but Tesla looks pretty good to continue its way up. And looks like it could get running this week. And AMC down a little bit. GameStop, look at this thing. It was running up early, and then it came back down right there. It's all over the place. And I do think that was probably a healthy pullback for GameStop. So I think we can look at that in the morning, see if it's an opportunity. Chewy pulling back, see if it wants to bounce there. And Unity up a little bit, and it's just kind of hanging out there. How about Netflix, though? It was looking pretty hot. That looks like it's going to be running up there for NFLX. So if you caught that bottom there the other day, that was a good spot to catch it. And AVGO right here was dipping down, and we'll see if it wants to dip down some more. MU is just a beast, guys. This thing just continues to run. You can watch for dips. It's going to continue to run up there. TSM wasn't bad either. That could get curling up there and look pretty good as well. Keep an eye on that. SMCI, that's not looking bad. It was trying to run up a little healthy pullback. I think your 20 looked like it was trying to go up to your 50 right there and meet up so it could push it. So we'll see about SMCI and what it wants to do. And AMD was a good one in the morning. That popped up pretty big, and it stayed up a little bit. So that is not looking bad right there. And QCOM was down a little bit on Friday, and we'll see if it wants to get bouncing. And what about snow? It was definitely coming down at my house. It was coming down on Friday, but I think that's some healthy pullback right there. So we'll be watching snow to see if it wants to go back up now or come back down some more and be a blizzard. PayPal right here, it's trying to bounce right there. We'll see if it actually does get bouncing. It was looking pretty good last week, Thursday. It looks like some healthy pullback for PayPal. So we'll have to watch that one in the morning. Intel, big dip there on the earnings, and we should have played it, but we didn't. And Dell right here was pulling back a little bit, but that still looks like it's setting up. Cadence, how are you this evening? And what else are we looking at here? IBM, we're just going to do a quick show, Cadence, and just checking out the big caps right now. We'll look at a couple other things. So tell me what you guys want to see. And then I'm going to head on out. I'm actually exhausted. I ran the snowblower like all day today. It was, I think we had about 10 inches of snow here. Now it's like mad ice. So I got to get out there. Ice is going to stop, and ice is going to stop coming down right around like 8:50, 9 o'clock, it looked like. So I was like, I got to get out there and get that stuff all shoveled off and before it freezes, because it's really cold here. It will not be good scene tomorrow. If not, you'll need ice skates to get out the house. And honestly, I've done my steps like 6 times, and you can't open the front door right now because it keeps drifting off the off the roof keeps falling down and all over the place. So yeah, you can't even open up the screen door out front. It literally is like up to there, and it's been like that all day. And I've cleaned it 5 times already. So interesting. So I'm like looking forward to it to stop coming down with ice, and then I have to go clear that all off. But anyway, that was my day today, having a good old time out there at the snowblower. But we did have a good amount of snow. I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of snow out there. I got a beast of a snowblower, and it gave it a workout. I'll tell you that. Other people that had smaller ones, they just weren't even doing anything. They were just sitting there. I mean, when the plow came by, it was like there would be like over a foot of snow easily, like a foot and a half, 2 feet. Like you would just, and the other snow blowers were just getting lost. It was pretty funny. But anyway, so yeah, I gotta go do that, and I'm pretty exhausted. But anyway, let's find out what's gonna be looking good. I have a pretty good list already, so we didn't need to go through a whole lot. We kind of knew what was going on. Let me finish up what we have here, talking about snow. There's IBM right there. Whoop, let me go back here. And we were talking about snow, PayPal, Intel, Dell, IBM, Palantir, and good old Sophie. Look at Palantir. That could be a good one setting up finally, guys. You know, that was beaten down. Let's look at Sophie right here, SOFI. And that one right there, still kind of setting up. But Palantir not looking too bad. We might want to keep an eye on that. Mara and Raya, they might not look so bad, so good tomorrow. I mean, and Clean Spark was running big. We'll have to see. And again, that kind of might do its own thing. That might not be so much of a crypto one because they do all the AI stuff and the data center. So Clean Spark might be on its own, to be honest with you, and could run MicroStrategy. That probably isn't going to look very good in the morning. Sayer's probably banging his head against the wall going, why can't Bitcoin just go? It was right there in the right channel. And then what happened? And that's what I'm saying, Sayer. I don't get it either, but that's what's going on. And Robinhood trying to crawl up, but another one. This one's run with Bitcoin often, like Coinbase. Coinbase was dipping down anyway. Maybe they knew it was going to happen. I don't know. And Webull right here was trying to get set up, and that's probably going to pull back down from crypto, so not good for that. Space right here, a little healthy pullback, it looks like. And then Boeing was up a little bit, but again, that's way in the top. I wouldn't be chasing it up there. And what about your DJT down a little bit? And I think that one could pull back. We'll have to see DJT tomorrow. I'd have to look at it. And Nike, whoop, let me find it. Whoop, let me get the Nike right here. And it's pulling back some. It's not in a bad spot. I know that. So we have to look at Nike tomorrow. And again, we have to see exactly what wants to really get moving, how the market looks. But McDonald's looks really good. That looks like a momentum play there. That could continue to run, looking pretty healthy. Not the food, but the chart is. And Disney right here pulling back, but you do have some good support right here, Luis Rodriguez. So we'll see if it bounces right back up for you tomorrow. And Oxy right here, that was hitting some resistance, but looking really good. That could be another one that's setting up. OXY, keep an eye on that. DXYZ was up a little bit, and that looks like it's trying to get bullish and also set up right there. So definitely keep an eye on that. ExxonMobil running up. It's in the top right there. So there you go, Janica. And let's see what else is going on with what you guys want to see. I need an Optimus robot so it can snow blow for you while you do the show. You're not kidding. Laptop travel, that would be pretty nice. I just send it to do like my entire neighborhood because I do the lady behind my house. Like I put up, like, you guys seen my backyard for the most part because I've taken videos of the golf course. So the house right behind me is this really old lady. She's been there my entire life. She's probably like she might even be in her 90s, guys. I'm not even kidding. Her husband was a really nice guy. He passed away from like cancer a long time ago. I mean, he passed away like probably 20 plus years ago. I'm sure at this point, maybe 30 years ago. And they were they're super nice people. So I try to make sure I get around the block to take care of her because she'll go out there and do the snow herself. But she was really appreciative. She came out and was like, "Oh, you're so nice taking care of me." I'm like, "No problem. I've known you my entire life, and I know you're a little older, so let me just take care of you because there's a lot of snow out there." So I just go around to her house, and then honestly, I know everybody on the way there because I talk to everybody, and so I just ride the snowblower right to her house and just clear out path, and basically do everyone for them. So anyway, but honestly, you needed somebody to do it. If you were out there with a shovel, you're probably gonna die. It was it wasn't that heavy at first when you first went out in the beginning of the day, but as soon as the ice started coming down, forget about it. It weighed that snow down real quick. But anyway, Janica, how are you? And I know I already mentioned you because I said BNAI when I was looking at it, but you did. We went over it, but that doesn't mean we can't look at it again for you. And laptop travel, what did you guys say it was at? We were already talking about it here. Here you go, Janica. I'll let you read that. You know I can't read. But BNAI is at 72 in the after hours right now, Luis Rodriguez said. So you can read that. That's what laptop travel said about it right there. It does look pretty good, Janica, I must say. And that's what Luis Rodriguez said right there. So you can check that out. So there you go. There's your BNAI. And I do think it could run up some more in the morning. Obviously, it's way up over the weekend. So we'll keep an eye on it, but it does look pretty good. Your neighbor cleared out your entire front sidewalk. There you go. Yeah, if you have a big ass snowblower, you just, I mean, in something like this, you got to. The kid down the street wanted to make money, and I told him I'd help him. I was like, dude, go knock on some doors. You make whatever. I'll just run the snowblower and just clear everything. You can do all the steps and collect all the money. I don't really care. It's all good with me. And he did a house, and he was like, dude, that's only too much snow. I was like, yeah, 8 inches, 10 inches is no joke, dude. Like 3 inches, no problem, bro. You anytime you want to do that, 3 inches of snow, you want to go make money, hit me up, and you can go knock on all the doors and tell them whatever price you want. You keep the money. I'll just throw the snowblower. Takes me like 3 minutes. I got a massive snowblower. I used to have a huge landscaping and construction company, so I used to have a ton of snow accounts. I had 3 snowblowers at one point. I gave one to my brother-in-law, one to my buddy, and now I have the really big one I bought, and so yeah, it's massive. I mean, this thing is a beast, and you needed a beast today because it was a good day out there. So anyway, let's keep on cruising. So yeah, you kind of, if you had a big snowblower, you kind of had to hook people up. I'd be going down the street, and some people would try to be clearing their sidewalk. I'd be like, move out the way, and just I'll do it, and they'd be really happy. Actually, my one neighbor, awesome. Gate came over and gave me a whole bag of chocolate chip cookies this morning when I first went out early this morning. He came by. I was doing a different house. I was talking to the neighbor, and he came over with like a freezer bag, and I mean a bunch of chocolate chip cookies. And he was like, "Yo, I really appreciate. I just did his house. He's a corner house. He's like, yo, I appreciate it so much. He's like, yo, my wife is literally baking chocolate chip cookies. They're still warm, and we wanted to give you some." And I was like, dude, you just made my day. And so yeah, just that was really awesome. So yeah, I appreciated that for sure. I was like, yo, I am going to inside to enjoy one right now. And I certainly did. And that bag of cookies is no longer with us. It is gone. So and I didn't eat them all. I think my daughter and Dougie went to town on them. They were so good. But yeah, I was like, wow, that was awesome. Anyway, that's enough about the snow right there. I think the football game's back on, guys. It's 17-13. Seahawks are in the lead over the Rams, and the third quarter's in play. And so let's cruise through the rest of this list, see what's going on. We did just do basically all the list. Let me see what you guys want to see. Then we're going to hop off early. And yeah, we just did it again right there. So BNAI. Let's go through the list. If you want to see anything else, pop it up in the stream right now. We're going to go through a few real fast, Luis Rodriguez and the rest, and then we'll call it an early night. What else do we have to talk about before I go through the list and I forget? This week, guys, the Fed's rate decision is this week. So I meant to bring this up and I forgot to pull it up already. But it's not like it takes real long because there's the Fed decision January 28th. So there you go. And like I said, I don't think there's going to be a Fed rate change. We'll be watching this one. I think that one's where you could see it in March, guys. So I said that. I didn't think so anyway. That's not jumping off a cliff. That's for sure. So that's happening this week. As a matter of fact, Wednesday at 2 p.m. is a rate decision. Earnings this week. Apple's coming up. Tesla. Microsoft and Meta, we just went through them all. And we can look real quick and see exactly which days they'll be. Here's Apple right here. the 29th. And then we had Tesla, and that one is the 28th, the day before. And Microsoft right here is, let's see, isn't that the 27th? Oh, that's the 28th too. And let's see, Meta right here. And that one is going to be on the 28th. So the 28th hopping right there. You got Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, and then Apple the next day. So there you go with them bad boys. So we also have that happening. And then, like I said, the NFL game is on, and we talked about a good snowstorm there. So let's see what you guys have. And then I'm going to go clear all the ice and everything else. And then it should be pretty good. I think it's finally stopping. It's been going since I think it started right around like 3 o'clock in the morning around here, 3:30. And it was coming down like over an inch an hour at some points, easily. I mean, I had gone out and did the snowblower, and when I come back around, and I wasn't out that long, there was like an inch and a half back on my sidewalk. I was like, holy cow, that's crazy. Like, I just came back and did it again. It was like just snowing so hard. So yeah, I was out there for a while. Dougie was out there having a good old time with the neighbor's kid and all them. And yeah, we were all out there having blasts. The Seahawks just scored a touchdown. So there you are. That is 23-13. It's about to be 24-13 if they kick the extra point, if that's good. So there you go with that update. And it is, 12 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third quarter. So let's cruise right through and see what Luis Rodriguez has right here. And USAR is up 20% in the overnight as well. And that one's going to be cruising. Microsoft, we were looking at. It does look really good. It looks like it wants to continue to run, so keep an eye on that. What's Domino's Pizza up to? That was running up there. It's looking pretty tasty. Not the pizza. That's like cardboard, but this stock chart isn't looking too bad right there. We'll look at it in the morning. QURE. Now that one looks pretty good to get set up and run right there. Luis Rodriguez, that's it. This is your list, huh? QURE, I just wrote a G. But QURE looking good. And of course, our critical metals, we already looked at it, not CRM. Look at Salesforce. I don't think it's really ready to get set up right there. I was trying to go after critical metals right here. Now that one looks good, guys. So you're going to keep that on your list, that's for sure. What's your energy one up to? LEU, Centrus Energy. Well, it's up in the after hours. We'll see that one in the morning if it's bouncing right there. And UEC right here, the good old Michael Anthony special, the uranium one. And that could have been some healthy pullback and be bouncing back up there. HL, Hecla Mining, that one's way up in the top right there. What's Home Depot up to? Because these ones are looking pretty good. And I think Home Depot is going to run. I think Lowe's. I think both of them you can keep on your list tomorrow. Home Depot and Lowe's, they were looking good Friday. I remember looking at them. And MO right here, good old Mo, Altria Group right there. Oh, that looks good. Mo looks like it's going to be curling up and running right there. Mo, so how are you, Mo, Altria looking good. That's that cigarette company or tobacco company, whatever, that Michael Anthony had mentioned before. We looked at our 4Us. That looks really good there for tomorrow, so you can keep an eye on that one. That should continue its way up. It's been going up there. UAMY, we were talking about that. That looks pretty good to continue its way up as well. And then you have HL. Oh, wait, isn't that? Didn't we just look at that? Heck, yeah, HL. You put it on there twice trying to mess with me, Luis Rodriguez. SLI. Here we go. Standard lithium. Oh, that looks really good right there, guys. So SLI, you might want to watch that right there. And then your silver, we talked about silver and gold. So a lot of good ones and a quick little review right here, but we're picking out QCLS. That looks beautiful right there. Luis Rodriguez. Wow, that's got some room to run, and it looks really good for a computer hardware one. J-Nug's running up. Nug is running up as well, and they obviously look good as gold's flying. And Hind, biotech company. This one looks like it has some space right there. It's hitting the 20. I'd have to look at it tomorrow after the weekend, but gold did hit 5,000. It's over 5,000 right now. And Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla are all set to report Wednesday. Apple will report earnings the following day. Look at you, Luis Rodriguez. I didn't even see that, but you were already ahead of me right there at 8:02. So thank you for having all that information. And And let's see the overnight prices. Yeah, you saw them already. We certainly did see all them. Like I said, you can see these guys. I think you can see the overnight prices. How the heck do you do that on here? I gotta ask them because you guys are saying USAR's up a little hot. Or which one? No, what was that one that we were talking about? BNAI. You said this thing's up a little bit higher. Hold on, BNAI. And let me see. How the heck would I get there to the overnight? Because that stopped there. I'll have to ask the guys how to do that. All right. I'll ask FinViz how to get there. If they don't, we'll see if that they can do. And I'm sure they can. They've done everything else. Let's put it that way. So I don't see why they won't. So yeah, we'll figure that out right there. And you saw it right there talking about that one. It's going to be a beauty. And you just posted an article on USAR and 4 other critical metal stocks to buy now, Laptop Travel. So check that out. And if you're not subscribed to Laptop Travel's newsletter, you should. It's like really cheap and it's awesome. He sends out some great information, guys. So keep an eye on that or subscribe to that. You can. I always post out the link. And if you need the link, you can hit me up or hit up Laptop Travel and you can subscribe to that. Like I said, it's like the cost of like a cup of coffee a day, and it's a lot of valuable information. And the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. Vrabel. I can't. I have to figure out how to say it. It's driving me nuts. And how is it? Vrabel, right? Vrabel. I just can't even say it. That's my problem. Vrabel. The V and the R just don't go together anymore. Vrabel. That's how you say it, Mike Vrabel. That's it. Thank you, Laptop Travel. Appreciate it. You gotta spell everything out for me like I'm a 5-year-old and an idiot. But anyway, I appreciate it. And Vrabel right there, that is exactly how you say it. Mike Vrabel. He used to be their linebacker. He was a beast as a linebacker too. He won a bunch of Super Bowls with that Brady squad. And now he's going to the Super Bowl as a head coach. And he's isn't this his first year? Is this his first year? I think I kind of feel like it is. Oh, the Rams are about to score. Wow, that was a nasty play right there. I think the Rams are on the 1-yard line, so they may put a touchdown in. And it is 24-13 with about 10 minutes left in the third quarter. So you guys can go enjoy that in a few minutes. Let's just wrap this up. Boyle at 31.70. And that is your natural gas one. And we were talking about that guy. What happened? What did I type in, guys? I guess I didn't type in Boyle. But there you go. That's flying up, looking pretty good. And BNAI, we were talking about that. REMX, we were talking about that ETF. That's a really good one. And Laptop Travel does have his Laptop Travel as his YouTube, and it's not Top Stocks Trader anymore. So there you go. And I think the Rams just scored a touchdown right there. So 9:41 left in the third quarter. Rams just scored a touchdown. They're coming back. That game's pretty good. You should check that game out. And let's see what else is going on over here and overnight, because you're heavily in rare earths without any additional trading. Yeah, I bet it is up over 5% right there. And REMX hit 120 a few months ago, pulled back to 109.50. It does look good. And let's see. Cadence is there. And Janice is here. Everybody's here. And let's see what else in BNAI we went through and looked at that. We were talking about snow blowing, all the snow and all that fun stuff. And Bit Farms you want to check out, huh? What is that up to right now? I mean, it's trying to set up. You know what? We're going to have to look at this. And is this another situation where like this company doesn't just run off of Bitcoin anymore and they do like data center stuff? Because again, a lot of these companies kind of pivoted. They do have some kind of crypto treasuries as well, or mining capabilities, and have done it in the past, so they were early. But it seems like they make way more money with the data center stuff and AI. So I'm not sure, to be honest with you, that Laptop Travel would know that, to be honest. And but it is setting up right here, Bit Farms. I would definitely keep an eye on that. And I'm going to jot it down right here, BITF. So we'll look at it. And I'm not sure if it just runs. Like I said, it could run differently than Bitcoin, but crypto is way down. It got smashed right here. It's at 87.5. It was just in the 86. But yeah, it got hit down pretty good today. I don't know why the last 2 days, to be honest. Now we'll see. Is that the bottom? And now it looks like it wants to pull back some more. We already went through it, and it doesn't look great, to be honest. So I guess we'll have to see what it looks like in the morning. And let's see. And the Rams will come back and win it. That's what Doge Mama said. So we'll be seeing that. They just scored a touchdown, so they're keeping the game close. That's for sure. All public schools are closed on Monday in New Jersey, huh, Louis Rodriguez? I know. I know Dougie's school was, and my wife's is already closed. My daughters, they do like an emergency, or they probably have a day off too. They could do it like online because they have the capability after COVID. So sometimes they'll make them do that, but I have a feeling they're probably not doing that. They'll probably give them a snow day, and then if they have to do another extra day, they'll make them go online and do it like that. I'll tell you what, they might be off for 2 days. They'll definitely be doing a lot of snow removal tomorrow. Again, the ice is nasty. It's going to stop in like 10, 15, 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. And then you got to get out there because the temperatures are so cold that it's just going to freeze. Everything's going to freeze over. So you got to get out there like now and do it. And yeah, I don't know if the schools are exact. They're going to send their crews out there tomorrow. They've probably been out all day. And they don't, they'll just do it tomorrow. And then if they don't get it right, they'll just have a delay or something Tuesday. But anyway, and they got to do all the buses and stuff. So let's see what your scanners look like real quick. Laptop travel, we'll run through them real fast. And then you guys can go watch the rest of the game. AGMH, so you just keep an eye on these guys. I didn't even look at them or jot them down. I know laptop. Oh, I did look at them earlier, actually, laptop travel. I know that. I took a glance at them, but I didn't jot them down. Anyway, let's go through them. AGMH, AEMD right here. Let's see. That was up pretty good. That's looking pretty good to continue up. BMGL. Let's see what that's doing. Basal Medical curling up real nice right there. And these are going to be looking pretty good. This FATBB, what is that? That's going to probably be over here, I'd have to assume. Oh, that Fat Brands, that looks pretty fat right there to get moving. And GMHS, let me see what that's doing. Isn't that Game House or something like that? There you go, Game House Holdings. Oh, that looks real good off that trend line, curling up for Game House. That'll be an early morning runner real quick. LIQT right here, Lick Tech or something. That looks pretty good as well. So a good list right here. ONFO on Folio. And that was curling up. It's hitting some resistance. We'd have to take a look at it and see exactly what it wants to do right there. And let me see what ORKT is doing. Orange Cloud Technology. That did spike up. Remember, we were looking at this the other day. It wasn't looking too bad right there. It's 24-20 right now. And the Seahawks have the ball. And Reed, R-E-E-D is Reed's. It's a beverage, non-alcoholic, and that looks really good. I would say that one looks good. And SUNE's the solar one, Sun Nation right there. And let's see what this one's doing. It did spike up. We'll have to see. I would think Generic might be doing better tomorrow. And XPON, let's see what that's up to. That's hitting a little resistance there. And ZJK, let's see. ZJK Industrial, just getting set up. That could be a really good one this week. So keep an eye on that this week. And there you go, Laptop Travels list. And let me see what else is going on right here. So Vrabel, that's how you say his last name. And Michael Anthony, how are you? You need to look at that make outlets and lots more if you look at the earnings. That has a link, and there you go. For you. Oh, that's for U's, Michael Anthony. We already did a commercial the other day for this company, but it does look pretty good crawling up. I'll give you that. That dip was probably a good buy right there. Didn't you jump on that dip? I know you were loving this company because we looked at it for a while, and it's most talking about these alt investors or something like that. But anyway, yeah, it is looking good for you, or just 3 U's. 4 U's looks good too. So they both look good. No matter which one you want to take, they both look healthy right now. And let me see how many customers are without power in New Jersey and New York area. We have power here, luckily. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. Even though we have a lot of ice coming down, it's so cold that the snow, when it snowed, it never got – it was just like powder. So it never really stuck to anything, which would have grabbed all the ice when it was coming down. So it's so cold. And that's why I guess it's so cold. We're having like ice instead of snow. I mean, we got like 8 inches of snow probably, and then like an inch or two of ice. It's great. It's been coming down in like these little ice, but again, it's just so cold. It's almost like ice flakes coming down, and so yeah, but that stuff's gonna free. It's gonna be like an ice rink out there. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy. So I'm not exactly sure. I know like 8 states were out without power last night after the ice was rolling through, and they were getting a pretty heavy duty. And like I said, that's when you get like that heavy stuff that lands. It's more wet. The temperature's a little bit higher. Our temperature's too cold for it to do anything. If the temperature was a little bit higher, yeah, then you'd have that happen. And they didn't know exactly. I just knew we were getting a ton of ice. That's all anybody knew. But I'm not sure if we did get any power outages in New Jersey, Luis Rodriguez. Did you see any? I haven't seen any around here. But I know a few states definitely had some major power outages. And again, they had some heavy ice. So and but yeah, ours is literally you go look at the lines, and that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid it would stick to the lines, and then it would. That's too heavy for them. They're going to come down. They can't hold that weight when the ice. And I've seen it happen before, but yeah, it's just way too cold. So we got lucky, I guess, that it's that cold. But so we didn't lose power. I was concerned about that. I'm not going to lie. And let's see what else is going on. That's important to these energy stocks. And Texas had like 70,000 homes without power. Tennessee, yeah, all of them got really smashed with ice, and that's all they had. Like I said, we had a lot of snow, and then we have ice on top of it, and the snow was just like fine powder. It was really light this morning until the ice started coming down. Then it got really heavy. But so yeah, it never really like I said, stuck on anything, and we got lucky. So we're lucky it was that cold. Like I said, if it was a little bit warmer, we would have been screwed. So you haven't seen anything either. And yeah, ours has been good so far. And like I said, it's about to end right now. So I'd say we're in the clear because I was looking, I was like, damn, there's nothing sticking to any like the poles. Everything is completely clean because it's that cold. It just can't even stick to it. It's little particles of like ice and snow. That's how cold it was, and cold it is here. So anyway, that's the snowstorm, and thankfully no loss of power. That is definitely what I was concerned about. I'm not gonna lie, because it's too cold. People, we didn't even lose power. I've seen people on the town Facebook page. People's like pipes were bursting in their basements and stuff. And yeah, we didn't even lose power. So it was that cold. It's that cold, but I have everything well insulated and heated and stuff. So I'm not worried about that. I was just worried about the power, and I had a generator anyway. So I would have been good. But there you go, everybody. I would say there you go, Michael Anthony and everybody else hanging out. We're just doing a quick show this evening. We kept you up to date on everything. FOMC decision on the rates on Wednesday at 2 p.m. And then you have your earnings coming up. Big day right there. Luis Rodriguez had told us at the beginning of the show right here. He told us, what do you say? Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla are all on Wednesday, and then Apple's on Thursday right there. So we'll be keeping an eye on them earnings as well. In the NFL, your Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, and we'll see if they're playing the Seahawks, who just scored another touchdown right there. It's the third quarter, 4:52 left. It's about to be 31-20. The Seahawks are in the lead. So, Doge Mama 9, your Rams have a little bit of coming back to do right here. So hopefully they can get a spark going, and maybe they can get closer. So 31-20 right there, 4:52 left in the third quarter. You guys can enjoy that game. And let's see what else is going on. So yeah, we had a lot of great ones setting up. USAR and Critical Metals, Boyle and Gold and Silver, Home Depot and Lowe's, and all that good stuff. Looking really good. BNAI for a good momentum swing for tomorrow. So that's what we have for you guys. And like I said, just doing a quick show. I'm going to go out there and get the rest of this stuff up. And I really don't feel like it. I'm kind of exhausted, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. So, yeah, I'll try to be on. I should be on at 7 a.m. I think I'll make it. I'll set my alarm. We also have the small cap show tomorrow at 1 p.m. So we have that. And of course, we'll be on in the Discord and all that good stuff. Let's see what our news stories say before we hop off right here. Big tech earnings, Fed meeting on tap in busiest week of Q1. Dollar falls amid Japan intervention. Risk gold's up. Gold rushes past 5,000 to record high on safe haven rush. And the U.S. stock futures fall. Gold hits record ahead of Fed meeting and big tech earnings. And the stock futures fall as traders get set for a big week of trading right there. So total outages in New York or in New Jersey top 6,000 Sunday afternoon, but crews have worked to restore power. Yeah, we didn't really have a whole lot of, like I said, the power outages. It was just too damn cold here, so we got lucky. If it was a little warmer, we would have had a shit ton of power outages. I'm not going to lie. We had tons of it. We had like 5 hours, 6 hours of just ice coming down now. So that's why I have to go out in there and clear all that off now. And yeah, I've already run the snowblower like 4 times today. And I'm not even going to lie. I think one of the times it was kind of easy. And every time I've gone out there, it's just been like a lot of snow every single time. It's pretty. We had a good snow. I'm not complaining. I enjoy it. I got to be out there in the snow all day. I felt like I was on the mountain first thing in the morning. I went out there, had all my snow gear on, and it was snowing hardcore, like a whiteout out. I was like, oh, this is so awesome. I wish I was going snowboarding, like just packing up my snowboard, but obviously I'm not allowed to do that anymore, but hopefully I could go skiing at some point. But anyway, there you go with all that good stuff. And that is what's going on. So go enjoy the rest of this game right here. It looks like a pretty decent one, the Seahawks and Rams. And again, your Seahawks are up 31-20, 4:52 left in the third quarter. And that's what we have for you for tonight and what it's looking like going into tomorrow. And like I said, I should be on at 7 a.m. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, non-intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Louis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel. And of course, Doge Mama 9 and Michael, Anthony, and Janica, and Cadence, and everybody else hanging out. Robin and Joseph Levy and everybody that tunes in all the time. Greatly appreciate it. Be sure to follow along, hit the like button on your way out of there, and we'll be back at 7 a.m. I'm pretty sure we'll be back at 7 a.m. to do our pre-market show, and we'll see what's going to be happening there tomorrow and what we can get into, what our best opportunities are. But it does look like your USAR and these critical metals are looking good, your gold, silver, and natural gas and all that good stuff. And we were pretty early because we were talking about them all last week looking good. So that is what we have in store for this week here. And it is a busy week there. Like I said, FOMC decision on Wednesday, big earnings week, and then and we'll see what happens as gold hits its records over 5,000. So thanks you guys for tuning in. Be sure to follow along. Be sure to tune in the morning. And there you go. Any questions, feel free to reach out and DM me on X. And enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of this game. And I will see you guys in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.